Okay, ready to start. Hello, guys. Welcome to sportstalkreview.com. It is Thursday, and that means we have got all our bets together. We've been previewing videos throughout the week, and today's when we come together and we decide what is our very best of the best picks for European football headed into this weekend. We've got Stuart from tipshq.com, Alex from Need for Tips, and sports writer Martin Green here to share the tips. Guys, thanks for being here.
Hey, Nestle.
Hello.
Now, if you haven't guessed by my t-shirt, we are powered by Pinnacle. So supporting the brand here, some of the best odds. Thanks, Alex. Stuart. I know it was one of you too.
And we are supporting Chelsea.
Best odds in the industry. They really are. And I'm going to pull them up as well. So all the matches that we quote are on point, up to date. Okay, so we are going to start with La Liga, then we move to Serie A, and then we finish with Premier League. Obviously, Bundesliga is still on vacation, lucky them. So we will not be including them in our bets today. All right, so let's kick off. We have got a full house for Sevilla versus Real Madrid, an excellent match. Second place, Sevilla against first place, Real Madrid. And are Real Madrid on track here to be earning the most amount of wins or something like that? Alex, was it you telling me that?
That was me.
Was that you? Okay.
They've just equalled Barcelona's record for being unbeaten in La Liga.
39, yes.
If they remain unbeaten here, they'll break the record.
Awesome. Well, let's see what you guys think. I'm going to pull up the odds right now so that we have real time.
You might be surprised by the Real Madrid odds because they are decent.
I think that's why they are very decent, actually. Okay, we have got Sevilla 3.8, Real Madrid 1.99, and then the draw 4, those odds with Pinnacle. Okay, guys, who is not going for a Sevilla win?
I'm
not going for a Sevilla win.
I'm not.
Oh, sorry, a Real Madrid win. Who's not going for the Real Madrid win? Because I have to say, I'm not. I'm going to stick my neck out here. And there's excellent value there to play Sevilla and the draw. Sevilla are a really strong team at home. They've got a better record at home than Real Madrid do on the road. I think Sevilla is going to make this really difficult for Real Madrid. But you guys all disagree with me. I can see that. Stuart, tell me why you disagree with me.
Real Madrid going for the record. Very, very decent sides in very, very good form. And the odds are fantastic. There is definitely value in the away side. They've won, let me have a look at this, 62.5% of their meetings with Sevilla in the league over the last 4 or 5 seasons. So I think that's a very, very good and healthy set of odds for us to take.
Yeah, I think Sevilla are a slightly different team this year, though. I think that they could, but Alex, go on. Why are you going for Real Madrid?
And the Real Madrid didn't concede only 5 goals in the away games this year in 7 games. So I think that it will be really hard for Sevilla to score against them. I think that they will do, but I think that the attack of Real Madrid now is really in a good shape and cannot compete with anyone from La Liga. So Real Madrid with the win for me, 199, incredible odds.
Yeah, Martin, are you taking that Real Madrid win?
I'm not so sure about Real Madrid to win outright. I can understand why the odds are so good because Sevilla do have a fantastic home record, won 7 and lost once in the league this season. And that's been a trend over the last few years. They've been fantastic at home. But this is a really important game for Real Madrid. I think they will take that record either by drawing it or winning it. But I think they might play a little bit cagier than they normally do simply because there's so much at stake. I think there's going to be under 3.5 goals in this game. So I'd like to split my stake between Real Madrid and the under 3.5 goals and the draw and the under 3.5 goals, which are 4.0 and 6.5 respectively. But I also like Ronaldo to score anytime at 1.91 because he's in great form at the moment.
Yeah, not a bad. I like that cautionary. I wouldn't be surprised at the upset, I have to say. But guys watching, let us know what you're going for. Are you guys going for that Real Madrid win? Moving on now, let's have a look what else we've got. we've got 3 for Deportivo La Coruña versus Villarreal. Stuart, what do you like in this match?
The away one, the away selection on this looks pretty good. The odds are very, very interesting, I have to say. And this is a side that's won 3 out of their last, 3 out of their last 6 and only drawn 2. So pretty good set of odds, pretty good form, and I'm happy with that. So yeah, Villarreal win.
Villarreal win. Okay, Martin.
Yeah, straight Villarreal win for me too. I think those odds look very attractive on a side that passed the ball well and should really have too much for Deportivo. Deportivo aren't in great form, and I think they'll struggle to win there, and I think that is a good price.
All right. Alex?
I will play it safer. I will say Villarreal with draw no bet 196, almost doubling our money with that. I think that is better safe than going forward directly with Villarreal to win. They are missing 2 important players. Sassone, that got a 4th yellow card, I think, in the last match, and the red card from the midfielder, a really good midfielder from Villarreal. So I think that 2 important players, 2 key players will miss from Villarreal. So I'm not sure totally for their win. So I will be a safe bet with a draw no bet here.
All right, awesome stuff. Moving now, Alex, you've got a bet here: Celta Vigo versus Deportivo Alaves. What you got?
Yeah, home win, directly a home win. Celta Vigo are in a winning streak, 3 wins in a row in all competitions, 2 in the Cup and 1 in La Liga against Malaga. They are looking really good. 2 head-to-head wins with Alaves for Celta Vigo. Home win at an odd of 1.7. Really good also for an accumulator.
Okay, as an accumulator bet. Moving on now, let's have a look. Leganes versus Athletic Bilbao. Alex and Martin, you have a tip for this bet, a tip for this match.
Yes, I think Athletic Bilbao can get a result here away against Leganes. Leganes haven't won in 6, and I was quite impressed actually watching Bilbao yesterday against Barcelona. They did lose in the cup, but they gave them a real good run for their money. I think Bilbao draw no bet at 1.7 looks a good bet here.
Okay, Alex, what are you going for?
I'm absolutely on the same page with Martin. Draw no bet 1.7 looks really decent. I don't think that Bilbao will lose against Leganes.
Okay, let's move on now. Serie A, we have got a full house for possibly the biggest matchup, Fiorentina versus Juventus. Excellent odds for Juventus here. Let me just pull those ones up. European, Italy. I'm quite surprised actually to see Juventus, but Juventus obviously they're undefeated at home, 10 wins. They've got 5 on the road, but Juventus 1.89, not a bad bet. I'm actually taking the straight Juve win. Stuart, what are you taking?
I'm with you, straight Juve win. I think there's a very, very decent set of odds there, and this is another side that's just going to steamroller their way to the title, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. Martin?
Agreed. Yeah, Juventus outright win for me. They've made a bit of a habit of beating the top 6 sides in the last few weeks, the last few games. So I think they should be good for that.
Perfect stuff, Alex.
Yeah, directly with Juventus to win the match, but I think that also in terms of goals, I think that we'll see the over 2.5. But let's play directly Juve to win the match, straight win.
All right, so we're all going for that Juve win. I'm going to say Kung Fuck Zong is asking about Udinese versus Roma. Pardon?
Careful now with that name.
Just reading his name out. Yeah, so he's asking about that match. We're getting to that one right now. Again, really good odds there for, let's have a look. We've got Udinese 4.45, Roma 1.94. Udinese lost to Inter Milan. If you guys remember last week, I was all over that and you all disagreed. But Inter Milan, just thought I'd remind you there. But Roma 1.94 on the road, but Roma are missing some key players. Alex, what are you going for in this match?
Yeah, Roma missing the most important player that Roma is missing is Mohamed Salah, that is at the African Cup of Nations. This is why they struggled also in the last match, where only with an own goal they won 1-0, and this is why they will they will have a tough match also against Udinese. I'm not going with a straight win of Roma. I'm going with both teams to score 1.73. I think it's a pretty good value there.
Yeah, and actually, just looking at our spreadsheet as well, we're all going for this match, which is exciting. Stuart, what's your tip?
Yeah, I'm on Roma. They haven't lost to Udinese in quite some time, so well, certainly in the league anyway. So they should be good for this one. Obviously, you know, the injuries, the suspensions, and any players missing will have an effect. So check those things out before you do place a bet. But I think there's value there.
Yeah, and Martin.
I also think there's there's value in the Roma win. They were my banker last weekend and they pulled it off for me. So I'm going to stick with them. I think they need to win to cling to Juventus's coattails. I think they'll have planned for the loss of Salah going to the Cup of Nations because they've known about it for a long time. They should have the strength in depth to overcome this Udinese side, I think.
Yeah, but we saw that he was missing. We saw in the last match that they were struggling in the midfield. And I'm sure that Udinese will make it really tough for them. And I think that Udinese will score. Absolutely will score against Roma that also doesn't look very good either in the defense. So I think the better approach is the both teams to score than a straight win of Roma.
Yeah, that's my bet as well, actually, both teams to score. Udinese, interestingly enough, looked really strong against Inter Milan, certainly in the first half, but obviously Inter Milan went to go on and win it. I'm playing both teams to score. That's my top tip for that match. Also, just got a message from Bernardo as well. He said he's listening, great show. He can't wait to be back on. He's just, for those watching, he's away at the moment. But he'll be coming back on as soon as he can, but he is watching. Right, what do we have a look at now? Ooh, this is, oh no, that one. We are gonna have a look at Lazio versus Atalanta. Stuart, what have you got?
I'm all over the draw on this one. I think there's a decent set of odds on that. 3.6 I'm seeing, and over half of the matches in the last 4 seasons between these two have been drawn. So very, very good set of odds.
Yeah, and Alex?
I'm going with the over 2.5 goals, 1.88. Lazio are forced when they're playing at home. Atalanta is playing superb in the last period of time. They are a team to watch. Always I like to watch Atalanta. They are a scoring machine, and I think that we will see a lot of goals in this match.
Okay. Anybody got any other sort of really strong Serie A bets before I move on? Because Stuart, I know you've written down a few here. What's sort of like what are your best ones?
Well, I think the best one's already gone with the Juventus. I think that is the strongest bet of the weekend. I'm looking at some other ones. There's a bit of a weird weekend for me because normally the Serie A is pretty bad on draws, but I've got an awful lot of draw bets here. So head on over to Tipster HQ and check them out later.
All right, awesome stuff. Okay, Ligue 1 or Ligue 1, as they say. Liga. For those who don't know, Stu is actually based in France there, so that's probably why most of his bets come from Liga. Do you watch a lot of Liga and football matches, Stuart?
Generally not. I'm kind of busy watching English football matches. There's the ones that are on Friday nights that I like to sit down to and occasionally get a game in. I actually drove past the Paris Saint-Germain bus last night, which was fun. Loads of police and everything. No, Liga is not exactly my specialist area, I have to say.
Yeah, and you don't put, like, as I know Alex has got multiple screens, like he watches like multiple matches at the same time.
Oh, I've got 4 screens here, so I think I've got enough to keep me going, but I just prefer to concentrate on one match at a time.
Yeah, I'm that way as well. Okay, so let's start with, we've got Olympique Marseille versus Monaco. Stuart, what do you like here?
Oh, Olympique Marseille versus Monaco. This is one I did pick out. Where is it? Yeah, okay. Second place Monaco. I've got around 2.48. So anything around those kind of odds is a fantastic set of odds. Just one loss in the last 5 league matches and very strong.
Okay, Alex, what do you like?
I like the over 2.5 goals, 1.95. I think that Marseille started to play better with match by match that is passing. True what Stuart said, I really support Monaco to win the title in Ligue 1 this year. But I think that they will have a really tough match against Marseille, also playing away. I will cover myself if it is to play Monaco with the draw no bet. I prefer the over 2.5 for this match.
Just going to go back, actually, someone was asking Inter Milan versus Chievo. Inter Milan at home, they're priced 1.47, Chievo 8.7. The question is, I'm guessing it's Inter Milan -1. I would take that bet. I really like the -1 because if they only win by 1 goal, you do get your money back. Definitely like to sort of combine it with another bet. Would anybody play that against Chievo, who are in 11th?
No, not for me.
I was writing about Inter in one of my articles this week, and I think it has value. Inter with -1. They showed pretty good in the second period, second half in the match with Udinese, and I don't think that they will have a really tough match against Chievo. Most of all, that they're playing home. I think that they can cover the -1 Asian.
Okay, then Nice versus Metz. This is another match. Did anybody give a tip?
No value there. No value there.
No one's done anything.
No.
So what's that one to watch?
I'm not even sure you'd want to watch it. I think if Balotelli's playing, it might be quite interesting. But yeah, probably one to avoid, I think.
Want to avoid. Okay, and then we've got. I have to. I don't know very much League matches. I don't. Cayenne versus Lyon.
Yeah, Cayenne versus Lyon.
I think somebody needs to take versus Lyon, yes. When we get to Liga, because I'm going to make a fool of myself to pronounce these names. So Cayenne versus Lyon. And Martin, you've got a little tip from there as well. I didn't know you were a Liga and better. Go on.
I love a bit of I quite like the Lyon win here, 1.83. I think those are very good odds on a top 4 side who are in decent form, going to a team that are in the relegation zone and struggling. I think they can pull off a win here. It's a very good price to me.
All right, going for the away win, Stuart.
Yeah, away win. 4th place Lyon. They've won 4 of their last 5. Very, very good. It should be a decent set of odds as they are, and it should be a decent win.
Alex, are you making this a full house?
Yeah, full house, Lyon to win. I think that they will be one of the contenders for the 2nd place right now. They are in an incredible shape, and they will have they have a game in hand also. They didn't play it with Metz, so they have 1 game in minus with only 5 points under the PSG. So they should win this one. They really easy.
Good to have a full house.
Full house.
That's true. I can tell by the smile. Okay, let's have a look what else we've got. Oh, okay. Stade Rennais versus Paris Saint-Germain. I can say that one. Who's got a bet for this one? I've lost where I was. Oh, all 3 of you do as well. Martin, this Liga better.
I'm interested to hear you say that you think Monaco are going to win the title this year. I think PSG have had such a stranglehold on it in recent years, and even post Zlatan Ibrahimovic, I'd fancy them to make up the gap and win it. Yeah, they're going to Rennes, who aren't a particularly exciting side. PSG have won their last few games to 0, and I think they'll continue in that form. PSG win to 0 at 2.5 looks a good bet there.
Oh, PSG to win to 0. Alex, what are you going for?
Well, I think that PSG -1 Asian handicap, 1.85. I think it gives me all the value that I can need from this match. So I'm sticking with my bet. I don't think that they will have really big problems against Rennes, but if they will win at 1 goal difference, we will take our stay back.
Okay, yeah, I like that way sometimes. If you're a little bit nervous to play the win to 0 bet, the -1, if you're not expecting the other team to score, is often a good bet as well. Stuart, what are you going for?
Well, Les Rennais are not exactly in great form at the moment. I believe they've lost 3 of their last 5, and it could be a tough one for them. I think they're going to play a very defensive game. I think this could be one to avoid, certainly watching if you like goals. I'm on the draw on this one simply because I think there's value in those odds. Very, very high odds for the draw, so I'm going for that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa. I'm guessing, Alex, you disagree on that one.
Absolutely. I don't think that PSG can afford another lost match, another 2 points lost after a match with Rennes. It's impossible.
Yeah.
If they will draw in this one, they should say goodbye to the title. This is my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, I think PSG may end up losing its title. They're talking about bringing in more players and shipping out players during the January window. I believe Hesse might be on his way out on loan somewhere, and that kind of turnover will really hurt them.
Okay, we're going to move now to Premier League. Stuart, do you have any other value tips there before we move on?
In France,
that you really like.
The draw, Toulouse against Nantes, I think 3.3 for the draw is a very good set of odds. That's probably the best one. Although, of course, Caen against Lyon is probably the best bet of the week. So Lyon winning that one.
Okay.
Stuart has a trick. Stuart has a trick here. In France, we see most of the time draws. Most of the time, from all the European big leagues, I think that in France we see most of the draws. This is why he's continuing with the draw right now.
Okay.
Well, there is an awful lot of draws this weekend. I have to say, an awful lot of things picked out as potential draws. So you could be right.
All right. Moving on, Premier League. Premier League is my favourite league, I have to say. Going to start with Tottenham versus West Brom. Spurs fan, take it away.
Well, I like the Spurs win, but I don't think it's going to be easy. I have to say, we did a video on this one, didn't we? And I think the general impression I got on that one, I think we're going to go for under 2.5. You can get that 2.05 with Bet Victor. Decent set of odds for that. Certainly, if you look at the last 4 matches, I believe 3 of the last 4 I believe all of the last 4 have finished under 2.5, and the last 3 matches have all finished 1-1. So probably not an easy match for Spurs, but I'm hoping for a win, but a low goal-scoring winner at that.
Yeah, we did preview this game. Obviously, the last 3 head-to-heads, interestingly, have ended 1-1. I'm wondering whether to play Tottenham to win to 0. You get that for 2 for them to keep a clean sheet. West Brom have scored just 9 on the road. Tottenham this season are very good in their defence. They've got the best defence in the league, and I think the win to 0 or a Tottenham minus 1.5, 1.96 could be a good bet. Does anybody think that they will keep a clean sheet?
Yeah.
Cool.
I do. Tottenham wins at 2.0 looks a good odds to me. I mean, they did a great job on Chelsea last time out, kept Chelsea to very few chances. I think they can easily do a similar job on Salomon Rondon and co. Just looking very strong defensively at the moment. And I watched West Brom play Arsenal, and they showed very little ambition and really just sucked the life out of the game. So I'm with Stuart. I think it could be a low-scoring game, but I can see Tottenham winning 1-0 or 2-0 here.
Yeah. Okay. Alex?
I don't know exactly what to play in this Tottenham match. It's a no bet for me. I'm letting the master of Tottenham getting on with it.
I can see you got a comment on your T-shirt there. We can move over. And actually, in saying that, the match Leicester versus Chelsea, really great matchup there. Sort of like Premier League last season winners, sort of hosting the favourites to win the Premier League. Leicester obviously having an awful season. They're almost sort of going to be fighting relegation. Sort of a strange turn of events. We've got Leicester 6, Chelsea 1.67. Not a bad price there for a team must win there to keep their top spot, to improve their top spot. I'm taking the Chelsea win, and interestingly, it's actually grown. It's gone from 1.62 in the beginning to 1.67. Who is betting that match? Alex, we'll start with you.
I think that it represents a great value. Chelsea direct win 1.67. I think that we can play also -1 for Chelsea, the Asian handicap. Leicester, of course, Jamie Vardy is coming back after the 3-match ban, I think. And but I think that the miss of Mahrez and Slimani and Amarte, I think it will count a lot for Leicester. So Chelsea win, and also the -1 Asian handicap is really good.
Yeah, and that's right. Yeah, Jamie Vardy is back. Do you think we're going to see a goal then from Leicester? Something like both teams to score. Martin, what are you going for?
I'm kind of going the other way on this one, actually. I know you brought up Inter Milan and how well they did when everyone was saying they weren't. I have to bring up Leicester because I said they beat Everton last weekend and it was all flew in the face of all the form book, but they still pulled it off. I think, yeah, Chelsea will be a bit demoralised by that loss to Tottenham. They are a mentally strong side, but I think there'll be a few question marks hanging over the team going into this match. So I actually quite like the look of Leicester plus 1.25 at 1.61 in this game. I think if Chelsea do win it, they could do it by a single goal. But I could see a draw or Leicester nicking a result here.
No, not a bad way to play it at all. Stuart, how are you playing this match?
Both teams to score for me. Both teams to score, yes. 1.91 with William Hill. I think that's got a good chance of coming in. Chelsea, they've scored in most games this season, and Leicester, they've got the pace that could really undo Chelsea at the back. Not very often, but they just need one decent opportunity and they could put it away.
Yeah,
and they can beat the top sides. They've shown this season that they have a few bad games in a row, but then they come out against someone like Liverpool and win. So interesting.
Yeah.
I think that if Leicester wins, they will win 0.25 to 0.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a narrow win there. Moving on, Burnley versus Southampton. I quite like this match. Stuart, what do you like in this match here?
I'm going for the under in this one. I do not think it will be a particularly enjoyable match at all. Under 2.5, low odds, but I think it's reasonable. 1.63 with Pinnacle.
Yeah. Martin?
I'm going to go for Burnley draw double chance in this game. Burnley's home form has been absolutely fantastic. Southampton had to face a grueling midweek game against against Liverpool in the League Cup. They played a pretty strong side, so they'll be a bit tired. I think Burnley can come away with a result, and 1.72 on the double chance looks good to me.
Yeah, Martin, right behind you on that one. Burnley, along with Leicester, are the two teams that have been unable to win on the road. Burnley at home are a different animal. I think they'll get something out of this as well. Saints don't travel as well, again, that they are on their turf. Draw a Burnley double chance, I think, is a great way to play this match. I'm even tempted, actually, with the straight Burnley win at those odds, but I'm going to play it safe. What else?
Manuel Marim has come up with a decent point on YouTube, I see. He said that Saints played yesterday and, they've had a fairly busy festive period, and, another game right before this one. So I think that does help Burnley out a little bit. So Martin might be onto one there.
Yeah. Okay, Swansea versus Arsenal. And I'm actually surprised that Martin Stewart, you don't have a tip for this, because I think this is my banker of the weekend. Alex and I discussed this match yesterday. Alex, take it away, because I know we've got the same bet.
Yeah, I think all in on Arsenal -1. I don't think that they will have problems against Swansea. Swansea is passing from a really poor period of time. I don't think that anyone will have problems against Swansea from now on. So if Arsenal wants to continue to hope for the title, I think that they can cover easily a 2 goals difference. But let's play safer. Let's say that -1 Asian handicap. So if they win by a goal, we will take our stake back.
Yeah, I think this is the surefire banker. This is a gift from the betting gods, as they say. 1.83. Love that bet. Also, like Arsenal in the over 2.5 goals. Arsenal's scoring machines, I think 23 goals on the road, averaging out to about 2.3 goals a match. Arsenal in the over 2.5 goals, 2.1. But my banker, my bet for this match, Arsenal -1. You guys don't like that bet, eh? You guys don't know. Want to jump on that one, because I think that's like the best bet of the entire weekend.
I hope, as an Arsenal fan, I hope you're right. But the Arsenal have been starting games so poorly of late. Only a late rescue against Bournemouth salvaged the 3-3 draw. Really struggled to a win in the FA Cup against lower league opposition. Only won 2-1 right at the death. They've just been so sluggish at the moment that I'd have deep reservations. But I very much hope you're right.
Yeah, and Manuel Morin says Burnley or the draw. Yeah, we were just saying that. I personally think, especially as well, Saints have that sort of grueling midweek match as well. Burnley at home, a different team. Burnley and the draw double chance. Fantastic value. Right, moving on. We have got This is that one. Okay, Watford versus Middlesbrough. I like this match. I actually like a lot of the bets in the Premier League this weekend. Watford versus Middlesbrough. Stuart, what's your bet?
Both teams to score, no. I think we'll see goals from one side, but not the other. Middlesbrough, not a very good side away from home, not big goal scorers. But, you know, they're not great goal scorers, but at the same time, they're pretty good defensively. So you could end up with a 0-0 draw in this one. And both teams to score gives me a little bit of leeway either side.
Yeah, I'm sort of tempted, although I think there is a few injuries on the Watford side. Watford at home, they're confident, 4 wins, whilst Middlesbrough on the road struggling, just 1 road win, 5 draws and 4 losses. Something like Watford in the double chance, Watford draw no bet, something like that. Why is nobody taking the Watford win?
The injuries, for me, it's the injuries.
The injuries, okay. So what one to avoid? And you wouldn't play sort of like Watford and the draw?
No, I don't think that's something to go for me. It's just a little bit too scary.
Yeah, they've just been so out of sorts of late, Watford. They're really struggling for form. So I'd avoid that one myself as well.
All right. I'll pass it. You convinced me. West Ham versus Crystal Palace. Obviously, West Ham have suffered a few setbacks. They're losing twice there, Leicester and Manchester United. But they're now placing a team facing relegation. They've got to get back to their winning ways. I'm sort of liking both teams to score in this match, though, 1.75. What do you like, Martin?
Yeah, both teams to score for me as well. I found 1.8 on that, and these are both terrible defences. West Ham just fresh from shipping 5 goals against Man City, and Crystal Palace have just been letting goals in for fun all season. I think Sam Allardyce should shore Crystal Palace up a bit, but not quite enough just yet. So I think both teams to score looks great here.
Okay, both teams to score. Everton versus Manchester City. Quite an interesting matchup here. And we've got good odds. Everton, 4.6, draw 3.95. Man City, 1.85. All those odds with Pinnacle. Obviously, must win for Man City. I think I'm on the Man City bandwagon there. Stuart, what do you like in this match?
I like the draw. I think this one could they could equal each other out. Everton, they've been up and down, so you can't really say which way they're going to go. I expect them to win last week, and they didn't, did they? They've let me down at times. But for this one, I think Man City might find them hard to break down.
Okay, Alex, what are you liking here?
I would go with the City to win, but I prefer the over 2.5 goals, 1.75. I think that we'll see a lot of goals. Even if you want to risk a little bit, it's over 3 Asian handicap. But over 2.5 for sure we'll see in this game.
Over 2.5 goals, yeah. What are you going for, Martin?
I'm going for the Man City outright win. Agree with Stuart that they have been very inconsistent, Everton, this season, so it is a bit risky, but I think Man City will be full of confidence from that 5-0 win over West Ham, and I've been quite impressed with them lately. They seem to have gone to a bit more of a traditional formation with a proper back 4 now. They're not taking quite as many risks, and they are still devastating going forward, so I think they can get the win, and 1.83 looks good.
Yeah. Alex, what are the odds that you got for over 2.5 goals?
1.75.
Okay, yeah, not bad at all. Because Brian is asking over 3 goals. It's not a bad bet, actually, if you hedge your bets between the over 2.5 goals and the over 3. Because if there is 3 goals, you get your money back. If there's 4 goals, the stake comes in. So if you do the 2 over 2.5 goals and the over 3, and there is 3 goals, you're still making some money. Sometimes there's a little cheeky way to play that one. Right.
Yeah, but I think that over 3 goals in the Asian handicap, it's 2.2.
2.2.
Really,
yeah, quite nice odds there. Okay, my favorite, Manchester United versus Liverpool, 2 rivals. Interesting. I'm a Manchester United fan and my dad is a Liverpool fan, so we don't really talk about football very often, just because of the rivalry. But I was born in Manchester, so you know I'm not going to go support Liverpool, am I? Alex, what do you like in this match?
One of the best bets that I can imagine this week is both teams to score, and I don't understand the odd is 1 point, the best odd right now for both teams to score. I think it's pretty sure that we will see goals from both teams. Doesn't matter the statistics. We don't want to know what happened head to head. This is another match. This is a crucial fixture. I think that Liverpool is playing really good and I think that I will go also with the Liverpool double chance at 1.75.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Well, obviously, Liverpool, it'd be interesting to see how their 2-2 draw to Sunderland sort of affects them in this coming back. Will they bounce back, or will that be playing on their mind as they head to Old Trafford? I think I'm actually just going to, dare I say it, take the straight Manchester United win. Stuart, what are you going for?
Well, I've been beaten to it. Dario Morales said straight draw in the Man United game. I'm exactly on that, straight draw.
Straight draw. Okay, you're liking one of the draws this week, aren't you?
I told you they're coming out that way this week. A load of draws. There's no home wins at all. So,
okay, so Alex is going for Liverpool and the draw. You're going for a draw. I'm going for Manchester United. Martin.
One of us will be unhappy.
What are you going for?
I'm a bit unsure about this game, but I would go for the draw too. But I would hedge my bets by backing Man United as well. I'd go Man United draw double chance, but probably put more of my stake on the draw. I think if anyone's going to win it, it should be Man United. They've won 9 games in a row in all competitions, and Mourinho has proven himself to be a master at shutting Liverpool down in the past. I think it'll be quite a cagey game with few goals being scored, but if anyone is to shade it, it'll be Man United.
Yeah, well, obviously, last meeting 0-0. Time before that 1-1. Maybe the under is the best way to play it as well. Somebody's asking as well. We didn't actually cover the game. Heinrich, Barcelona -2. I actually don't think there's any. We're just quickly jumping, but I don't actually think there's any value in that Barcelona game at all. I did preview that match independently. Barcelona versus Las Palmas. Barcelona 1.11. They're in third. It's a must-win. They're on their turf, but I think them being valued so low. I've got Barcelona -2.5, and that's 1.83. I just don't think there's any value in that game. Is anybody playing that match?
No, I thought exactly the same. Avoid that one, just because despite Las Palmas' very strong league position, the odds are so low on Barcelona that it's very hard to find value there.
Yeah, exactly. What about you guys?
No, nothing for me. I don't think there's any value in it. Barcelona should win it, but I don't think the odds warrant a bet.
Yeah. And then
Barcelona is conceding. Barcelona is conceding a lot lately.
Yeah.
So the best value tip for this match should be both teams to score at 2.05. More than that, I don't see.
Yeah. And then the Real Madrid game, both Alex, Martin, and Stuart, you guys are on the Real Madrid win, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't need it severe in the draw. So okay. That was it actually. That comes to the end of the Premier League. So now all comes to is our accumulator and our surefire bet. I know what my surefire bet is, but Alex, go on, take it away.
Accumulator: Arsenal and Chelsea to win their matches, straight win for both of them. And my banker of the week is Lyon to win at Cayenne in Liga.
I'm surprised it wasn't Arsenal -1. Okay, Martin.
Lyon has to be my banker as well. I think that's a fantastic price on a team that are playing very well at the moment, and I'll put Lyon into my accumulator with Juventus.
Okay, nice one, Stuart.
I think we're all going for the same matches. I'm going to go for Juventus as my banker and put them in an accumulator with Lyon.
Yeah, I'm going Arsenal minus. I'm going as Arsenal -1 as my banker, and then Arsenal and Juventus as my accumulator. So there we have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back same time.
Wasn't me.
I can tell you because they have the big smile, Alex.
Sorry, my mistake.
Your face says guilty. Okay, cool. We'll be back next week, so stay tuned. And any questions, fire away. We're happy to answer questions, and we'll see you next week, guys. Thank you so much for your tips this week.
No problem. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.